$7.5 trillion in assets. That's the size of the US 401k and 403b marketplace. And every year, north of $7 billion is paid out to consultants and advisors, and nobody has measured their performance or their skill. I'm Otto, the CEO and co-founder of Veriphy Analytics. We're the first company in the country to literally bring transparency to consultant skill and measure actual value added to retirement plans. Now there's a disconnect here because it's illegal to pay money out of a plan unless it's a reasonable payment. So if you don't know about performance or skill, how the heck can it be reasonable? So here's what happens. This industry has been on a, let's just say, kind of gliding along, and as a result, people are understanding finally that there's no transparency, there's no understanding, similar to what happened with the healthcare industry about 10 years ago. So as a result, investment committees that run these plans basically have to make decisions with no key data. And that leads to decisions based on fees instead of outcomes, hiring investment advisors based on lowest cost rather than performance. It leads to investment decisions that can actually reduce retirement readiness. In fact, our data shows us that poor performing retirement plans can reduce the retirement readiness of a plan population by as much as 33%. You wouldn't run a business without financial data. So these investment committees really do need some sort of feedback. Well, the solution is Veriphy Analytics. We have built a patent-pending methodology to deliver independent, objective information on plan outcomes net of fees. So what does that do? Well, it leads to improved outcomes. It leads to decisions that are focused on the actual retirement readiness. And you can actually measure, are my fees reasonable or not? And all that is built on a foundation of transparency and accountability of outcomes. So the industry, as I said, $7.5 trillion, over 700,000, 25,000 investment advisory firms and 900 fund managers serve a market of 75 million participants, just like me and you. Our concept is based on common sense. If you have more return and less risk than a benchmark, that's good. And if you have less return and more risk than the benchmark, that's not so good. It's just common sense. So the Plan View report, our first product, is live and delivers on-demand analytics to investment committees. There's a simple piece of information that says, okay, is my plan adding value, yes or no? Followed by, where is that value coming from? Followed by, how does that compare to a universe of plans? We can also then drill down into the portfolio of these retirement plans and see where value is being added or not. And then what about the impact of any fund changes over time? And then finally, what's the excess return that's actually delivered based on the risk that's been taken? So our business model is software as a service. We are targeting the 98,000 largest plans in the country and the 3,000 advisors that serve them. Our annual subscriptions range from $5,000 to $50,000 depending on plan size, scope, and number of plans. And with 2,500 subscribers, we believe we'll be at $17 million of annual recurring revenue and $10 million of EBIT. So we launched in August this year, and we have 35 plan sponsors, three elite advisory firms and one large fund management firm. With $40,000 in annual recurring revenue, we've had some pretty cool feedback. So our first advisor subscriber said, thank you. Finally, somebody can measure my skill. And our first plan sponsor said, you know, we thought we knew that our advisor was good, but now we know that their skill is excellent. So we are the first to market to literally deliver plan outcomes instead of simply focusing on data aggregation or fund data. We can literally deliver plan outcomes as a business intelligence output in a simple, easy-to-use format. So with funding, we believe that our revenues will go from $975,000 in annual recurring revenue in 2018 to $17 million by 2022. And we believe that we'll get to cash flow break even early to mid 2019. But we're searching for that strategic partner to bring $1.5 million of capital so that we can scale and grow to that 2,500 subscriber level. Now, we are a seasoned group of entrepreneurs, and we have deep domain experience. We also have an advisory board of experts. People like Vicki Hamilton, a seasoned technologist who is the president of Women in Technology. And so, 75 million participants and thousands of planned committees have a need for transparency and accountability. If you're interested in joining us on this journey to heal the U.S. retirement system, I would love to speak with you. Thank you.